Hey,
Hey,
what's up?
What's up? Sub, bro.
Welcome back to another week of RadCountry podcast. This week is brought to you by My Music, which is awesome. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should. It's available on Spotify, iTunes, the internet. And until we get sponsors, we're only going to be sponsored by us, which is what's actually happening.
Super fantastic. So I'm going to second the music plug
Okay.
because it's great music. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll right into our second sponsor, which is RadWash.
Hell of a car wash place.
It is actually. We do everything, top to bottom. So you need a car detailed, or vehicle detailed, I should not be so specific. Vehicle detailed, then reach out.
Top to bottom.
Yep.
That's what she said.
That is exactly what she said.
So, we've had a great few first weeks. Yes. And today we have a super awesome topic that I feel like I told you this the other night because I needed to share it with the world.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. People have weird phobias. And I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about the Titanic. Now, I don't have a fear of the Titanic, the movie, but I have a fear of underwater mechanisms. So, say pictures of sunken ships. If you were to open a book in front of me with a sunken ship, I would freak out and I would run out of the room because it would light me up.
So hold on, somebody said something to me today whenever I was talking about phobias, and they were saying that there's a difference between irrational fears and like an actual phobia. So does this trigger like a deep-seated fear in you, or do you just have like, some irrational fear of sunken mechanisms or objects?
It's the weirdest thing ever because I literally had no idea. So here's the backstory, how I figured this out. 5th grade, right?
Yep.
Mrs. Crane was our teacher, and she was like, hey, for this quarter's paper or whatever this assignment was,
Sure.
you had to write about something that you're interested in. And I was like, my mom's like, you should write about the Titanic and how it sunk, Nicholas. And I was like, okay, Mama. And so I started working on this paper for the Titanic, basically writing all about how it sunk and blah, blah, blah. Well, then I go to the library. Back in the day, there was things called libraries where you could check out books and
there was card catalogs.
You'd sign your name and you'd be like, oh, sweet. What's his name from 1976? Sign this one out. Cool. He was cool. He's on the wall downstairs.
He was in the
Basketball
Hall
team.
of Fame.
Hopkins Hall of Fame. Hopkins, Missouri. Anyway, so I'm thumbing through this book, come to a page, and I'm seeing it right now. I'm starting to freak out. But I see this page, and it's literally of the front half of the Titanic underwater. And I was like, ah! I immediately slammed the book closed, and I had no idea what was happening.
Is it because you have a fear of like if you were on the Titanic back in the day, or is it because of like, I don't even know how to ask the question. Like, what frightens you about the Titanic going under or being under, I guess in the photograph? I don't know.
I wish I knew. So, another funny story about this was back in the day, I'm going through therapy, right?
Yeah.
So, quarter to therapy because both of my parents, or stepdad, mom, got a divorce. Mm-hmm. Go to the therapist. The therapist is like, hey, I can't remember, 18, 19 years old, right?
Okay.
Going through therapy, sharing my feelings. I'm like, things are weird. He's like, hey, I would like to try something on you. And I'm like, okay, let's not. Anyway.
Maybe that's a different episode.
So he's like, I would like to try past life regression on you. Therapy.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, well, basically I'm going to put you under. Not really under. I didn't feel like I was completely under, but
yeah.
He's going through he's just like, basically starts out, he's like, all right, we're going to go up this staircase and blah, 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 step by step. And you're going to come out to this opening and it's going to be your safe place. And I was thinking, this is like on Fight Club. And he's like, slide. And anyway, so he's like, hey, go check this out. And goes up there and I'm like, whoa, this is weird. So some weird stuff happened. That's for another podcast that like only I shouldn't have known this stuff that came up that I was able to tell my mom whenever we left because she started crying in the car and she's like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just stuff that came to me during this thing. Anyway.
Holy shit.
So the only reason that I even think that past life, maybe on the Titanic, I died on the Titanic, something, was because one of the past life experiences that I experienced in this thing was 1910, 1912-ish era. And it was basically, all I remember from it was driving in the back of a pickup truck, driving down this gravel road. It was so realistic that I could smell the creek or river that ran next to where we were at. And it was driving down this road to this old, like, plantation style house.
Yeah.
And nothing was associated with the Titanic at all.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it was that time frame.
Yep.
When you would have taken a ride in the old Titanic.
The old Titanic, huh?
So there we are. There's where that derives from. Where only I think that it comes from. And the whole thing could be complete bullshit because I still what?
Yeah, no, I cannot call bullshit on that because this is your
Life.
Thing. However, no, it's fascinating either way.
Yeah. And so here we are, 20 years later, and still have this fear of underwater objects. It's the strangest thing. So,
will something break it? Could something break the
oh my
fear?
gosh, yeah, I don't know. Like,
is there a way to face it? Because I am like,
I've thought about like facing photos of the Titanic for like hours.
And just go to a fucking like museum and stare at the wall.
And all this is a big picture of the Titanic. Or a 3D or one of those domes. Like you watch a movie and
we need to get the VR.
That's not okay.
The VR.
I would freak out.
Put you into the experience. You will be Jack trying to get Rose the whole time.
I don't want to do that.
And then you're gonna go under. You're gonna experience
that wouldn't be okay.
Dying on the Titanic.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I want to do that. Yeah. We'll do it.
No, that's not okay.
Listen, we'll do it together. I have
you're Rose. And I'm Jack. I don't. Like, you're making room on that door.
Only if you draw me.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one of your French girls.
All right.
I'm gonna lay on the couch and you're gonna draw a picture of me. Or wait, it is that way. Yeah, he drew her.
That's fine.
Yeah. So anyway, that is fine.
Yeah. Top to bottom.
Yeah, it'll go up on the wall.
Oh my god. All right. Well, whatever.
So here's the thing. I have a phobia, I think, of spiders. Makes me very uncomfortable. Seeing them makes me very anxious. I only deal with them so I don't look like a complete bitch to the kids. But inside, I am like a little child when I see a spider. I want to run. I want to jump. And I can only step on them like if I stomp.
Yeah. Like
there's no soft stepping on a spider. And I think part of the reason is because spiders are, well, they're frightening just the way they move.
Yep.
Like they move with like these little twitches. And I think if they were big enough, like they want to kill you. They're just trying to figure out a way to do it. Right?
Like get into your head and lay their eggs in your brain.
However they're thinking about it, like I feel like they're thinking it through. Like I want to kill that thing right there.
Yeah.
And it's like it's either me or the spider. I'm going to lose every time if that thing is big enough.
Dude, I've seen some big spiders in Iraq.
Yeah?
Camel spiders.
I've only seen the pictures.
You don't want to be around them.
Yeah, They're good.
Hungry for man flesh.
I'm way good. So somebody told me that I should also bring up, so I do have this weird thing. I don't think it's an actual phobia. You could try to look it up. I doubt it's a thing, but it has to do with bread.
Bread?
Yeah. So I have this weird relationship with bread. I'm not going to lie. bread should only be toast if it's toasted. So people who do the bullshit with the stuffing, they make it the homemade. I love homemade stuffing, but I don't want to be any part of making it. If you leave the bread out on the counter, there's no way I'm touching that bread.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
What the?
Cannot take it. So the sandwiches, this started like you back in grade school. We used to take the sandwiches for lunch. Okay. And if it, whatever side, there was always like a soggy side, super soggy side, and there was a hard fucking, the side, whatever. Maybe it was the top or whatever. I don't know what happened with the mayonnaise and the mustard and like the juices from the meat, but it all sunk to one side. And
Don't
it
say
pulled
juices.
the juices from the meat. It all pulled to one side, and the top side was always hard. And I would be the kid at the zoo that just wouldn't eat my sandwich, going straight for the high C, and I'd be hungry the rest of the day. And that's why I look like I do today.
That's why you're. Look.
That's why I'm 160 pounds soaking wet.
Whoa. That's skinny.
Because I didn't eat the other half of the bread, and I still won't today.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing, man. So I don't think it's an actual phobia, but it's a weird relationship.
It's glutenophobia.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Glutenophobia.
Glutenophobia?
Yeah. Because you're just so afraid of gluten.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the gluten or what, but it's a texture thing. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Wonder Bread is getting no money from you.
Zero money. That's the worst of the worst.
So that brings me to we're going to roll that topic, the phobia topic, into today's podcast because, and this is not to be confused with the 2006 Breaking Benjamin album, Phobia, which
Good
featured
album.
that was Diary of Jane. What did it feature? That was You Fight Me. It had Diary of Jane on it. That I was correct. So one of the that I found interesting. So top 9, right? Top 9 phobias. Pediophobia.
Tell me about pediophobia. I feel like that has to do with feet.
No, no, not feet. So the first thing I thought of was pediophobia was pedophile. Like you're afraid of pedophiles. I think everybody should be afraid of pedophiles.
I have a strong phobia.
But no, pediophobia is the fear of dolls. I have this fear. Not a huge fan of, well, not all dolls, but we had the Annabelle doll on a few weeks ago.
Yeah. They are creepy, though. That doll is real creepy.
Like old dolls? Like glassy-eyed.
Yes.
Hi, I'm a baby, and I hide under your bed whenever you sleep, and I
The
bite at your name.
ceramic ones. Like you could just, if they could walk, they're doing the thing. Yeah, and they're making the noise.
And then that.
Yeah.
No.
Get the fuck away from me.
Where is it?
Or the Chucky.
Oh,
Nobody wants that doll in their house.
No.
It's going to get you. It's going to slit your ankles from underneath your bed.
Dude, no, that wouldn't be okay. That's like Pet Cemetery, like whenever he slits his Achilles tendon and he just, and then Gage comes out from under the bed and eats his eats his throat. Like, that's not okay.
Yeah, no.
So, while most people will admit that some dolls are definitely creepy, some people are afraid of any doll, no matter how normal or weird it looks.
So, like just Barbie and Ken, people are terrified of these two dolls.
Yeah, they wouldn't want them in the house.
Huh. Interesting.
So,
are action figures dolls?
I don't know if that would classify.
The only action figure.
It says here also that they're even afraid of mannequins and robots.
Mannequins, I could see.
Yeah,
those can be
are
creepy
weird.
sometimes. Robots, I don't know.
Robots
maybe
seem cool.
Yeah, they seem pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Stretch Armstrong, I could see that being the only action figure that might be creepy.
Because he stretches.
Why does he stretch? He just stretches and he can wrap around you.
I just remember like having one and it broke open and all that stuff inside of him like came everywhere. Yeah. And it was like that was a huge mess.
Yeah.
So number 2, I may mess this name up. Automatonophobia. Something. So basically, luckily with people with automaphonotobia, they aren't likely to run into the object of their fear if they don't want to. This is the fear of things that pretend to be human-like, such as a ventriloquist dummy.
I think that goes.
That's not okay either.
That goes back to the doll thing, right? I mean,
Yeah, they definitely look creepy, but not many people will see them as so creepy they are genuinely discomforting.
yeah.
That'd be like going to see Jeff Dunham and just absolutely shitting your fucking pants.
I mean, he does such a good job.
Yeah.
Some of those characters, I don't know. I could see that though. I could see people being creeped out by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, if you don't willingly go to it, you're good.
Yeah.
You should be able to avoid that one pretty easy.
Yeah. Fun fact. The last time I drank was at a Jeff Dunham concert.
Really?
Well, concert.
Show?
Do you call him a concert? Show?
We'll say a show.
Yeah. So, that's fun.
Nice.
So number 3. Demonophobia. It's pretty obvious.
What is that one about?
One of those fears where the name makes it obvious what the fear is. Fear of demons. Demonophobia is an irrational fear of demons and everything evil that hides in the dark.
So every Christian ever has demonophobia.
Yes.
Got it.
Yep. While everyone would probably be afraid if they saw a real demon, only a demonophobe would be so afraid that they worry about running into one and would be afraid to spend time on their own or watch a scary movie just in case. So you literally watching a movie with a demon in it, say like, what's that one with Keanu Reeves where he has to go to hell? And
Constantine.
Constantine. Yeah.
Al
Couldn't watch
Pacino
it.
plays the devil.
Yep. That one would be
Very good movie.
Very
by
good.
the way. Hey, demon shows up. Hang out with him. Or do you cast him away instantly?
That'd be like what's his
know.
cell? Like why do I want to hang out with
He's
him?
just like, Nick,
Hey, hi,
come
he knows-
play with me.
He definitely knows my name. He's like, "What's up, dude? I want to watch football."
He knows
later.
everything about you.
Cowboys are gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm like, no,
He's
they're
like,
not.
Cowboys aren't going to win shit.
So number 4, isotrophobia. That's a weird one. Another weird name. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who has the weirdest phobia of them all? The kind of fear it can be pretty problematic for the people who suffer from it. It's a phobia, a fairly common household item.
Huh.
The irrational fear of mirrors.
Of mirrors, huh?
Yeah. Some cultures and people regard mirrors as a doorway into another dimension and believe that spirits can be pulled into it and drawn out of the world behind the mirror.
These are only cultures that have a very close relationship with drugs. Right?
Yes, probably.
Like, under what circumstance are you afraid of a mirror? No offense to anybody who
That's
has this
afraid of
phobia. However, I am genuinely curious
Why
how you do your hair in the morning.
Yeah. You just guess. You
Or
just
you
hope it's good.
Maybe you wear hats every time.
So, is that the same as looking at a phone screen with the camera towards your face?
Or reflection at all.
Yeah. I don't know.
Vampires have this phobia.
Yeah, they definitely.
That's
yeah,
why
it's-
they decided, fuck it, we're just going to shut off our reflection. We don't even want it. We don't know
we don't
part
even
of it.
like mirrors. Number 5.
Yeah.
Agoraphobia. That's pretty obvious. This is the one of those phobias that will definitely have an impact on your daily life. Agoraphobia is the fear of being outside, in public, or in open spaces.
Yeah. It could not be a better time for people with agoraphobia
They are
right now.
loving life right now.
COVID was their lifesaver.
Yes, COVID was definitely like, they are like, let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Let's keep this going into 2021.
Let's stay inside, everybody.
Everybody, don't even leave. Zoom everything. Zoom calls. Yeah, I'm going to Zoom that. And they're loving that, I love to watch my favorite team on TV, and my friends always asking me, hey, let's go to a game sometime. And they're like, they don't need an excuse now because all it is paper mache fans.
Got a thing.
Randy Marsh, pictured in a Colorado Rockies crowd during a game. If you don't know who Randy Marsh is, he is the dad from South Park, Stan's dad. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen the photo, look it up. Number 6, penthorophobia,
Penthorophobia.
a fear of the mother-in-law.
That's a real thing?
This is a phobia that most married people will be able to relate to.
Fear of the mother-in-law.
You might not be all that surprised to learn that there is a genuine phobia of the mother-in-law, and it's pentherophobia. I gotta like clap these out, the syllables. Like these are hard words. This next one is a real dinger. Do you have a fear of your mother-in-law?
I don't have a fear of my mother-in-law. I embrace the mother-in-law.
I don't either. No.
I mean,
pretty nice people.
that's why I'm not fully understanding that particular phobia. But okay, I mean, I get that there's a hesitation, maybe
I could see anxiety.
anxiety for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially, like, I feel like family get-togethers are always on days that you're just having a bad day.
Yeah. Are you getting married if you have this phobia?
I don't know. If we had a landline phone, we could be like, hey, let's take a call, but we don't. So,
We need one right here.
right here.
Just
An
hey.
old 1992 corded phone. Anyway, number 7.
Mom, I'm on the phone.
Ablutophobia. Ablutophobia. Fear of bathing.
Good God.
Good.
So,
God.
well,
This
does
next-
that include
oh.
showers? It's not a fear of like cleaning yourself. It's just a fear of bathing. Maybe you're afraid you're gonna drown.
Yeah, maybe. So you wouldn't really want to be around someone who suffers from ablutophobia.
Yeah.
There's a fear of washing and bathing.
Washing and bathing.
While we all might know someone who is too lazy to wash as often as they should, join the army, you'll find those people. It's pretty rare to run into someone who has a genuine case of ablutophobia, as it is genuinely distressed by the idea of bath time.
So every kid ever,
Every
and
child.
every adult that smells like shit.
Yep.
Most of them, we'll say.
They don't like water.
A portion of them. Got it.
This is the next one. Good Lord. Sesquipedelophobia. Sesquipedelophobia. Yep. Sesquipedelophobia. A fear of long words.
Well, say that.
They're not
word
going to
then.
like their phobia word.
No shit.
This is a fear that you're likely to run into at school, as it is a fear of long words.
We'll just call it cessphobe.
Cessophobe.
Yeah, I feel like if we don't shorten that one, we're really triggering those people. Right?
Yeah.
That's-
If
it
you
feels
are
very
a phobiatic, yeah, one of those, and you're listening to this, you're not having a good day.
Right.
So, number 9, papaphobia.
Papaphobia?
Yep.
Or pupaphobia?
Papaphobia.
Papa?
So, what do you think it is? One guess.
Dads. I'm going dads. Grandpas?
Nope.
Father-in-law?
Nope. If you suffer from papaphobia, then fortunately, you aren't likely to run into the object of your fears unless you live in a heavily Catholic country anyway.
Oh.
Papaphobia is the fear of the Pope.
Fear of the Pope.
The man.
Is it not popophobia?
Nope. Could be. I don't know. This is one of the unlikeliest and weirdest phobias on the list, as the Pope doesn't exactly seem like the type to scare people, right? He seems...
I mean, it depends on who you talk to, right? I mean, the Pope kind of represents a few different things to a few different people. I could see being terrified by the Pope.
I feel like that is a fear of a big hat, maybe.
Could be a fear of a
He's
big
got that
hat. He
giant
does. He
hat.
drives around like this, like car. It's
He's
got all
normal.
the coverings.
He's out for good.
Is he? I mean, we could do a whole episode on what
Yeah.
happens
I don't know.
at the higher echelons of the good old Catholic Church.
The good old Catholic Church. So that is the 9 strangest phobias. Those are like super weird. Like,
Those are very weird.
yeah. I don't know that it would be like,
The most normal of those was probably agoraphobia.
yeah, I think that's pretty common in people, like
Yeah.
stressful, like social situations.
I feel like, yeah, it's got to be the social thing.
Yeah.
that keeps them inside. It's not actually outside. It's people that
Yeah.
are also outside.
And large groups of people, and probably they just have a, interaction with, like, they're interacting with people is probably what gives them stress, and they avoid it
Right.
at all costs. Yep. So back to your phobia of spiders. It didn't make the list because it's common.
It's pretty common.
Yeah, I don't think most people don't like spiders.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, well,
So do you think that these are like generational phobias? Phobias in general. Do you think that it's something that kind of gets passed down? Like it's some fucking thing that's in your DNA from a long time past?
well, that could be like hereditary.
Yeah.
I
I tried
can
to
see
stay
where-
away from long words for those
Well,
our friends that are afraid of long words.
I think you would think about it is spiders, yes. So I have that fear as well. I mean, I can look at them,
Yeah.
but I would rather not have one crawling on me.
Right.
So funny story was in middle school, they had a tarantula in one of the classrooms, and the teacher was like, "Hey, somebody needs to go down and get the tarantula from another classroom and bring it down so we can all look at it, because who wouldn't want to look at a tarantula?" And so I got sent to get the tarantula,
Yep.
and I think it was 9, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even that old. Maybe 7, 8. Shitting my fucking pants as I'm walking down, and this thing is in a, like a actual, like, aquarium, fish aquarium. Like,
Yep.
and it's inside underneath what is cut out of it was probably like cottage cheese container underneath it hanging out. I could see his leg, and I'm just holding it like this. I'm like, please fucking stay in that. Please stay in there, or I will drop this shit. And
Yeah.
we will have a tarantula in this elementary school. So, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
One time, also, I was sleeping and somebody was like, "Yeah, you can stay over." I slept in their basement, where they had a couch and stuff, kind of similar to this. And I woke up and I felt something in my pant leg, and I looked down underneath, which I had sweatpants on.
Yep.
And there was a spider in my pants.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I freaked out and I left. Like, I went home.
Mom, I want to come home.
Yeah, I want to come home.
Coming to the spider
Camp's
on my
no
way
more
here.
fun, Mama. I'll be on my way.
So what we're gonna do is you're gonna put on a VR headset. We're
No,
gonna
that's not
sink you in the
gonna fucking happen.
Titanic,
Nope.
and then simultaneously, I'm gonna let a tarantula crawl on me.
On your face.
I will put it on my face.
And you have to have your mouth open.
No, sir.
Yes.
Why? What does
Dude,
that do?
I don't think you understand how much, like, if I were put on a VR headset, this past week, right? So, James Cameron made Titanic, right?
Yes.
And he went down like 11, 12, 13 times in that, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, that submersible that is like literally like the size of a coffin.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's large. I saw it whenever we went to Hawaii this year, actually. And it's large enough to where you can lay down or you can sit up. That is it. So picture like two of my biggest fears, which is like enclosed places,
Yeah.
Titanic. And you put me in that, I'm going to freak out so much. And I'm going to eventually pass out. I've never passed out like in my life, but that would probably be the time
That would be the thing that
Yeah.
does it. So how did you fare with everybody's favorite pastime as a kid when you get into the sleeping bag and somebody sits on the open end?
Freak the fuck out. Even in a leaf pile one time.
Really?
Yeah.
You freaked out in a leaf pile?
Yeah, because you can't really see. It feels weird, right?
I mean, you're in there.
Yeah.
So you never like got buried in the sand?
No, that wouldn't have been okay at all. Whenever we went to Iraq, you have to go through heat training, which is upside down, basically. You take a vehicle, like a Humvee, and they flip it upside down.
Yeah.
And you have to egress out of it. Basically training you how to, if you had a rollover in a vehicle, how to get out.
Yep.
Freaked out in that. In my head. I didn't in person because I was like, I got to keep my, I'm a soldier, whatever. But really, I'm shitting my fucking pants here. Get me out of this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I think it broke the record time for the person that's gotten out of there the fastest. Anyway. So it's, in close places, man. That's another thing. The movie Buried, we were just talking about that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
That freaks me out just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I get like sweaty palms.
Yeah, anxiety.
Yes.
Like through the roof. And when that snake gets into that box with him, not okay.
No, we can stop.
Yeah.
With that.
So if you haven't seen Buried with Ryan Reynolds, check it out tonight. Or don't.
It's riveting.
Yeah. So basically, your phobia of spiders
Yep.
and bread.
And bread.
So
You want to know what else is really kind of freaky? It's a really dumb one. Okay. I don't even know, again, if it's a phobia or if it's just like this weird thing, but I don't know what the material is. There's some sort of material. I think it's like a velvet maybe that clothes are made out of sometimes. So you're walking through like a department store and like how you touch it, but it kind of sticks to your hands a little bit.
yeah.
Like it's not static. It's the actual material. Like it's sticking and it feels fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't like to touch that either. It's just weird. Don't touch me. Don't stick to me.
So if I ever want to torture you, that's
Just
what I'll
rub velvet and dry bread all over me.
do. And let the birds come.
And just, tell me to calm down.
Another strange one was the pulling hair out of a comb. Gives me a weird headache.
A weird headache?
Yeah.
Holy shit, really?
Yep.
Huh.
I don't get it. It's like
The act of pulling hair out of a comb.
it makes it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now, and it's.
You're getting a headache?
It's not really like a headache, but it's more of like nails on a chalkboard. Like,
You don't want
I don't want any
to
part,
part
of
of
pulling
it.
hair out.
Hair out of a drain?
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to do it. It's not like I'm like, oh, can't wait to get home and pull hair out of the drain, but it's definitely.
You mean that's not like a favorite thing?
No,
Oh.
not at all. Well, that is our podcast this week. Phobias.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like the phobias.
Yeah, we learn something new every week.
Yep.
Yep. And tune in next week. We'll be talking about I don't know at all.
Something weird, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely something weird. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And if you have a weird phobia that maybe we didn't name off that's super weird, drop it in the comments.
Or if you also have the weird bread thing going on, please let me know. I want to know that I'm not the only person on this planet
Help him
that has a
out.
weird relationship with bread.
Yeah.
And also,
He's dying because of the bread.
if you haven't done so already, like us, our page, the RadCountry page, share it, subscribe to it, whatever you got to do. Keep coming back. Bring your friends.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later.